welcome back to another grilling video. And you know what Deb and I have been thinking a lot about? Vacation. We're planning our trip to Jamaica in the next month or so, and we've been thinking a lot about that kind of food. If you've ever seen our videos, we did a whole series on all kinds of different Jamaican cooking. But yesterday I was at the grocery store and they had chicken legs on sale. They were a whopping 89 cents a pound, so I ended up getting $4.22 worth of these things, and it's darn near 5 pounds, 4.75 pounds. So what a good deal on these. The girls love chicken legs, and we did them up with jerk seasoning. So here's what we did to prep, and I just did this yesterday, so they were seasoning overnight. Just have some of this Jamaican jerk seasoning. You can find this, there's typically Walkerswood brand and Grace brand if you don't want to make it yourself. You can certainly make it yourself. There's plenty of recipes out on the internet for how to make a Jamaican jerk sauce or seasoning. So this is absolutely phenomenal. I took about 3 or 4 tablespoons of this and I dropped it down in this bag with all the chicken legs. I then went ahead and poured a little bit of olive oil in it, probably 2 or 3 tablespoons, just spurting it in with the bottle, and then I massaged it all throughout this with the bag. And you can see the color of these. They have this amazing jerk seasoning all over the outside of them. They're going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to cook them over fire, not with the smoker closed. We're going to leave the bottom open so that the flame is a little more intense. We're going to cook them at about 300 degrees on the top shelf of the grill. We'll rotate them around a few times, and when they're just about done, we're going to put them right down over the fire and get them a little bit crisp on the outside, just the way they do it on those street side vendors on the side of a 55-gallon drum down in Jamaica. Stay tuned. Let me give you a little tip on buying chicken legs. When you go to your local Walmart or Kroger or Winn-Dixie or Albertsons or Giant Eagle or whatever is in your part of the country, when you get that chicken, it usually looks very white, right? The skin looks white, everything looks the same, they're very uniform, they're very large. Well, if you go to a Latin market, a Mexican supermarket, or a Caribbean supermarket where they have fresh meat, what you get is this meat that has not been treated very much. It has this amazing look to it. It's a little bit more fleshy looking, absolutely more flavorful, and I think fresher. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I suspect. So let me kind of show you what these look like after sitting for about 24 hours in this jerk seasoning. Look at these guys, big, large chicken legs covered in that jerk seasoning. That's exactly what we want to see. All that jerk seasoning on there, that is going to be delicious when it's grilled on there. All right, we've got our grill cranked up. It's running right at about 375 degrees right now. I have it set at 300, but it's hot because I've had it closed. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put those chicken legs right on that top shelf. All right, here we go. We're just going to lay these guys right up here on our rack. Oh, got one with a broken leg there. Leave a little space between each one here. And I'm going to put some down on the bottom, but I'm going to separate them away from that fire so they're not directly over that heat. 3 of these guys with some broken legs, but that's all right. All right, let's close this up. Let these heat up. One of the tips for doing some kind of a Jamaican chicken leg like this, and you want it to have that authentic flavor, oftentimes this is burned over wood directly in a 55-gallon drum. So I've got my grates open. I want some of that flame kissed on the bottom of this chicken. The other thing to do is leave it closed. Don't mess with it too much. I'm going to wait about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to flip each one over. I'm not going to open it back up. I've found that if you open it up too much, you get the heat down and you lose some of that ability to get that outer edge a little bit more done than that inside, which I think is really, really good. That's why I like cooking it directly over the fire for the last 2 minutes to get that outside just a bit crispy on that skin. All right, these things have been on for about 35 minutes. I've been turning them over every 7 to 10 minutes. That's all I'm doing, and I open it back up. They're looking really good. I'm about to probe the temperature and flip them all over again. Let me show you what they look like. Yeah, these are looking good. Look at that. That's what we want to see. Nice and dark like that. See what I mean about that outside getting a little bit dark? That's exactly what we want to see. Get that out of the way so I can get to these guys turned over here. Go ahead and probe one of these guys, just see how they're doing. Oh, darn near done. 180 on that one. $165, we're not quite there yet. We'll let these go a little longer.
Over here. Yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks.
All right, so about 35 to 50 minutes, depending on the piece. As I've probed the temperature, I've moved them off to the side, and I'm just letting the last couple cook up. I've got this one right here that is ready to go, and what's amazing is the smell. You can just smell that jerk smell right on it. So let's give this one a shot. First off, it's hot. That is temperature hot, but it is unbelievable how good that flavor is. That jerk seasoning kind of hits you right away. You taste a little bit of it, and then as you start chewing up the chicken, you get this amazing, juicy jerk chicken taste. Absolutely delicious. And then as you swallow that down, you get a secondary hit from that jerk sauce. Unbelievably good. Such sort of rich flavors, like complex. It's really, really good. I'll have another bite of this one. That is good, and the skin on the outside just crisped up a little bit. Look at that. Could you hear that crunch? That crunch is the skin on the outside. That's why we put it right over the fire as you're just wrapping it up for just a minute or two. Really good that way. Well, there you have it, folks. Jamaican jerk chicken legs. They're easy to do. Just have to remember to prepare them and let that jerk seasoning sit overnight. And if you're going to do it, stop by your local Caribbean store and get you a ting, a nice grapefruit soda. It's a staple down in Jamaica. Yummy. Safe and happy grilling, y'all. See you next weekend. Bye now.